lucky. Feel so lucky, feel so 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 lucky. You gotta notice, hey, I'm falling in love. You're feeling something, hey, you cannot control. Yes, in time you came and you changed all my perspective. Yes, in time you came and I love it, I love it. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, feel so lucky. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, feel so lucky, feel so lucky. Feel so lucky. Feel so lucky, 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 feel so lucky. Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. Every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy.
How could you ever love me? You don't even see me. I'm hanging around, wasting time, hoping that you drop by. And I don't pretend to know what you want. I don't even know where to start, but I'm willing to try. Even if you push me under, it's only gonna make me stronger. It's only gonna feed my hunger. Say the words, say the words. Even if the tide stops turning, even if the world keeps burning, nothing's gonna stop this feeling. Say the words, say the words. Watching the flames burn higher, setting my world on fire. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, risking it all on you. And I don't pretend to know how you feel. Either you won't or you will, but I'll give it a try. Even if you're too blind to see, and even if you look right through me, I never thought it would be easy. Say the words, say the words. Even if the world stops breathing and every beating heart stops beating, nothing's gonna stop this feeling. Just say the words, say the words.
Running back to my old life, but it leaves it burning. Speaking tongues in my head, yeah, that's the way you want it. She called me baby, you're not wasting time, but how could I let her go? Don't you know I might adore you? I'm gonna make the time move slower. We could do whatever, yeah, sun's out, make the clouds move over. We could do whatever, yeah. I'm gonna make the time move slower. We could do whatever, yeah. Sun's out, make the clouds move over. We could do whatever. We could do whatever, yeah. Do whatever, yeah. Do whatever, yeah. Do whatever we could do. Tick tock, we alone now, and my thoughts are frozen, yeah. Seeing pixels in slow-mo in a weightless motion. She called me crazy and I'm wasting time. Easy, don't leave me now. Yeah, for the sky and all its diamonds. I'm gonna make the time move slower. We can do whatever, yeah. Sun's out, make the clouds move over. We could do whatever, yeah. Do whatever, yeah. Yeah, do whatever, yeah. Do
I've been flipping pages since I could remember. That told me I had to be.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I actually did my exercise before starting up the stream, so you know, finally got them done. Should have done them yesterday, but whatever. Oh, give me a second everybody.
I never wanna look back and wish I could have been. I'm never gonna regret the hours I've been putting in. So take a chance on faith. Your mind's a boundless place. So take a chance, take a chance on faith. So take a chance, take a chance on faith. So take a chance. I never wanna look.
Sorry about that. As I'm about to get down and do the stream, I get bothered. I just got annoyed there because I'm like, I cried out loud. I'm about to get down and do something, and I get bothered. Like, come on, man. You know, come on. But anyway, so yeah, where was I? Yeah, I did my exercises, and you know, I got that done. So happy about that. Finally got my exercises done. Have a shower later on, all that as well. You know, nightly shower. But yeah, apart from that, I don't know. I might play. I think I said yesterday I might do a fighting stream today, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I kind of want. I might do a fighting stream tomorrow. Like, you know, that way I've got no visual novels to do. I don't have to make up for lost time because I haven't streamed all week, right? Like I've done 2 visual novel streams this week, which is really good, right? 2 visual novel streams in 1 week. You know, I've started streaming Exo Primal, which, you know, and it streams. I think it was it had a lag spike every so often, not like super frequently, but every so often it would be like a lag spike. But then it would happen for like a second and then go back to normal. For the most part, it was stable frames. Considering what I'm running, like everything that I'm running, like it's pretty good, you know. So we'll have to see. I think tomorrow. I think I'll do one tomorrow. I'll do like a fighting stream tomorrow. A pure fighting stream where I actually get back to it, just play fighting games full on. I think tomorrow I'll be more Mortal Kombat because I've got to get back to practicing Mortal Kombat when Mortal Kombat 1 comes out. So I think I've got to practice a bit more of MK1. But I don't know. I feel like the last time I streamed, I did say like I want to like I've gotten to a point with Mortal Kombat now where I kind of just want to practice my character that I'm focusing on for a bit. You know, practice the fundamentals, get a handle on my character. You know, explore the combos, what ones are optimal, what ones aren't. You know, minus plus. You know, get a bit more of a handle on plus minus data and all that. You know, eventually maybe face people online, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'll do a fighting stream tomorrow. For today, I think I'll do this. Take a break for a bit, and then do an extra primal stream. We'll see, because so the reason I was bothered because the family members asked if I wanted to get takeaway, and I was like, oh, I had to get down and do something, you know. So I want to at least get an hour or two, you know, of the stream. You know, for because it's a visual novel, I'm not gonna do it for multiple hours. You know, that's a lot, you know. But at least an hour or two of the stream, an hour or two of the novel, you know, between an hour and 2 hours, right? maybe an hour and a half. It's like a, you know, perfect time. Hour and a half, you know. So we'll see. But that'll be nice because I'm doing that, and then, you know, I can watch stuff for a bit, relax, chill, and then get into another stream. But I've done 2 streams yesterday. I streamed Exit Prime yesterday for like 4 hours. So we'll see how I feel later on. I don't want to get burnt out streaming too heavily. Obviously, I didn't stream all week, but it's just, you know, such a short amount of time. Anyway, let's get to it, because I don't want to take too much time dilly-dallying. Dilly-dallying. Let's get down and actually do it. Let me load up 8 Academy here. So I don't think we have like I don't think we ended the episode like actually going into doing something. I think it's more just like I think we just ended it like, yeah, the reason I'm on that page because I had to get a screenshot for last night's stream of the novel. Yeah, we are. So I think last we left off, we went to the interview with Warp Tech. Una went with us, our representative, the student body association that works to get team sponsorships and stuff. Anyway, she found us a sponsor. She got us an interview with Warp Tech, which is like a big sponsor, and they were interested in us, I guess, because they saw what our mech could do. And I was like, you know, I guess, right, the hype and buzz around our mech. They was like, oh yeah, we'll have an interview with you, sure, yeah, let's go. You know, everyone's buzzing about you. You know, you got a lot of buzz. You got a lot of buzz about you. We had an interview with them. We put our heart into it and really tried to sell ourselves, and they were really impressed with us, and it looked like we were gonna get it. And they were like, wait a minute, you're not in the top 10? You're a noob, you're a scrub, you're a shit stain. In fact, you're not even a shit stain, because at least a shit stain is useful, and I don't know if shit stain is useful. I don't know. You're about as you're about as useful as a crack in the road. You know, like, you know, basically he's like, no, we're not having you. We're not having you. Metaphors aside, we're not having you. And it's like, and it's because of their, and I think I went on a rant about it, and he basically said exactly what I was thinking, right? Like reputation, credibility. They've worked years to build a good, solid, strong foundation, and built off of that, and you know, built off of that 10 times over. And they don't care, and they don't need to compete, right? They don't feel they need to compete, so they play it safe and go for the top 10 teams because they know that they're going to get a return on their investment. And their credibility won't be. They only stand to gain. They don't stand to lose anything. They don't need to take risks. Even though, ironically, Una mentioned afterwards that they pride themselves on being risk takers. Yet they play it safe and always go for the top 10 teams. They never invest in upstarts. You know, startup teams. You know, they always play it safe. Basically, they're cowards. They used to, they're you know, you die a hero, you live long enough to become the villain. They used to stand by everything that they preach, right? They used to preach what they used to practice what they preach. Now they only preach it because they don't need to practice it anymore. They've gone beyond that, right? There's no fierce competition from other sponsors, so they don't need to compete or take risks because who's going to show them up? Nobody. So he was like, see you later. We're sure you'll find somebody. You're so good that we're sure you'll find somebody, like PR talk, you know, and showed us the door. So that was that. Then we hanged out with Show for a bit. And we really wanted to drive a Bugatti. But he wouldn't let us do it because he was like, you're a bro. But, we didn't have your back when you went to the interview, though, did ya? Did ya? You're a bro, ain't ya? Yeah. But no, anyway, he didn't show up. And, but anyway, you know, we're still sorry about that, but we're going to move past it. And we went to the garage, showed us his Bugatti Veyron, and that he's working on for a customer. And then, you know, we left and we went home, I think. Oh yeah, we went home, and then our uncle Kato, was arguing with his wife because they've actually been separated for 6 months. They're still officially married, but they've basically been unofficially divorced for 6 months. But they're staying together for like their careers, and we suggested, look, you should leave her. This isn't working. And he's like, well, if we leave each other, you know, because the way Japan views relationships, and I guess it makes you look weak. It makes you look like you couldn't hack it. Like, it's seen as dishonorable, you know, it's seen as disrespectful, and you know, it makes people look weak if they divorce, right? Because they weren't strong enough to stay together, sort of thing. And so for that reason, he can't just leave her. But then obviously, you know, their current way of going about it is also not working either. So, and he was mad at her because she's going away with her girlfriend, who we're not sure if he means girlfriend as in like, hey girlfriend, or if he actually means like a lover. It's not our business, but I'll admit I'm curious, because I'm nosy like that. But anyway, you know, we went to bed, and that was a tough conversation. But we went to bed, and I don't know what happened after. I think we woke up, and I don't know what else we did after that. But that's basically the gist of it. Anyway, all parts. I keep saying episodes. All parts of the playthrough of this visual novel are available on my YouTube channel at Lee Agent Scribe, LE, and then my name, because my other usernames were taken. So I have to have Lee. Lee is French for the, so it's Lee Agent Scribe, the Agent Scribe. But my last name is French, so if anyone's there, if it's like, wait, why do you have it as French and not even French? So actually, my last name is French, so you know, it's a very cheap in, but I feel like it's justifiable because, you know, hey, it's not just a stupid little like way of like having the in my name. It's you know. But anyway, let's get into it. That all of them available on YouTube. They're available in the, if you go to the live stream tab, parts 4 to 7 will be available there. But there's also a live stream playlist which you can feature, which has all my live streams. And then the visual novel, since it's a visual novel, it'll be in the visual novel playlist as well. So you can watch all of them and get caught up. But if you want to just happy to watch from where we are now, obviously stay in the stream, and we'll get to it. I might have to get a drink at some point, but we'll play it for a little bit first, and then I'll go grab a drink. Because my voice is already sort of, I haven't barely started. My phone is already in my hand by the time I get outside. Let's see if anyone's free. Valerie and Mayu. I think Valerie's the blonde girl in our class that was like, hey stud, you know. But Kaori, Mayu's on our team, you know, and it'd be nice to get to know our team members. Valerie's cool, I guess, but I say cool. She obviously might be a red herring. She might, you know, they've set her up to be this, you know, she chases after the, you know, the fame, right? She's shallow, right? But you actually get to know her, and it turns out that that's just an act, you know, that she didn't pick us because of the mech. Well, maybe that wasn't in. Maybe she was actually like wowed by that, wanted to know us more. She was interested and curious, but actually deep down she's a really intricate, complex person. And, you know, obviously, you know, it was a fight. It was a mask that she wears, you know, about like she seems so shallow and two-dimensional, but in actuality she's really complex. But, you know, she puts on that front because, you know, people, you know, it's a judgment call. People just automatically assumed that of her, and she just went along with it. Keep up appearances. Either way, she's not on our team, and I don't really care. No disrespect to either of these characters. I don't really care for either of them because I'm not invested in any of them. Sho's a, you know, he's a bro. He's the brosif. Even though he can be disloyal, you know, we will stand by him because that's what bros do. You know. We have to set the example in this bromance, but outside of him, you know, because he's not a romantic interest. Shame. No, I'm kidding. Kaori is obviously our focus because of the visual novel, because she has her own spin-off, and I want to do that. So it'd be nice if we could invest in her in this game, and then you know, that instantly goes into that because we actually chose her in this game. So, you know, we've got that in. So I think Mayu, because she's on our team, and it really doesn't matter who we go with. Oh yeah, this is so this, I'm pretty sure that this shot here where we're sitting at the table in the library, this is actually the same scene that's used in Crystalline. So a student at Ace Academy was I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it because I'm gonna try not to spoil it. But basically, well, it's not a spoil because it's literally the start of the game. I'm not giving anything big away, but and I don't fully remember the game anyway. But I'm pretty sure this is a shot. I don't know if it's this one, but an image like this is used for the setup of Crystalline. So I guess you're a student at Ace Academy in Crystalline, another student at Ace Academy. It's either a what if scenario where your character from this game gets teleported into that world, or it may be a separate character altogether. It's a completely different student. But yeah, you start in Ace Academy, and then you get teleported into the world of Crystalline. So the worlds are connected, some sort of. But anyway, I go to the library to study. I sit down at a scheduled desk between the stacks of books. After a couple of minutes, I think I hear a muffled thumping, as if someone is trying to quiet their jumping. Following the noise to a nearby stack, I see Mayu balancing on her toes trying to reach a book on the top shelf. Her fingers barely graze the ledge of the shelf. She tries a dainty hop, but still fails to reach the book. As she sighs, she pouts and readies herself to try again. Let her try again into... I mean, she's already tried and failed. Let's just hurry it along. Stifling a laugh, I walk over and easily pull out the book that she needs. Mayu blinks at me as I hand it to her.
Oh, thank you.
She hugs the book to her chest and stares shyly at the ground. No problem. It seemed like you could use some help there. Her cheeks redden as she nods. I take another look at the book she's holding. Hey, isn't that the Piloting 101 textbook?
Yeah.
I thought so. I guess you're working on the assignment now.
Yeah.
She gives me a strange look. I only know this because I have to retake Piloting 101. I'm not stalking you or anything.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
There's a long pause. Mayu refuses to make eye contact with me, and I'm worried I might have scared her when she suddenly speaks.
Why do you have to take Piloting 101 again?
Soon as the words leave her mouth, her eyes grow wide and her blush deepens.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
I can't help but grin at her reaction. No, don't worry, it's a normal question. Basically, my credit CINY didn't transfer. Apparently some of the material was different here for the introductory course, but so far, everything we've covered has been the same.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that said, since I've taken this class before, if you ever need help, feel free to ask me. She smiles.
That would be great.
We stand in silence again. She seems like she wants to ask me something, but is too shy to say it. Offer to help her now. I know exactly what she wants to ask me. I know exactly what she wants to ask me. I get it, alright? Yeah, in my presence. You get weak at the knees. You know, I understand. Nah, we'll offer to help her now. Would you like any help now?
Sure. But only if it's not too much trouble.
Of course not. I always have time for my friends. Her eyes meet mine when I say friend, before she quickly looks away again. Another blush stains her cheeks. Despite that, she smiles and nods. We sit down at the desk together and I go over my notes with her. As we settle at the desk, I pull out my tablet and Mo pulls out a spiral notebook. She opens her textbook and flips to the correct page, then opens her notebook to a fresh page, her pencil at the ready, and she begins to read the text. I watch her curiously as she meticulously writes her notes in fine print. After a couple of minutes, she looks up and her eyes meet for a second before she looks away. A blush stains her cheeks. Are you writing your notes? May seems self-conscious.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool. Did we flash back to the year 2000? Said up into the year 3000. God, I'm showing my age. I'd say to each their own. I could make a joke, but she's obviously embarrassed by it. I shrug. Hey, whatever works for you. May blinks.
This doesn't seem strange to you?
Yeah, it's different, but hey, you do what you need to do, right? May smiles.
I find it's easier for me to write things down than to type it out.
Really? She nods. How'd you get into that habit?
I wasn't allowed to have electronics when I was growing up.
Can't remember the last time I was without my tablet. How did you survive? May giggles.
Well, it wasn't so bad. I think that's where I got my love of books. I wasn't allowed to play games very often, but Father always encouraged reading.
So if you can hear the rustling of my beard, I'm itching my moustache. But my so I'm not trying to subtly sneak in ASMR just because my mouth is right next to my mic, and I think I've noticed from watching some of the streams. I don't know if it's better now because I have adjusted my mic settings since then, but you could hear the rustling of you could hear that, like, when I smack my lips and like maybe take a breath and everything. And it's a very sensitive mic. It's a good mic, obviously. Like, it's a good microphone. Obviously, it's a good microphone. Like, but you know, it's very sensitive. It's very sensitive.
He said he didn't want me to get distracted from my studies, so that's why I wasn't allowed to have a tablet.
It sounds like your father takes your education very seriously.
He does. I was in high school when I got my first tablet, but by then I was so used to using a pen and paper that typing out my notes felt unnatural.
Well, the one upside to writing all the time is that your handwriting is really neat. I wouldn't be able to read my notes if I wrote anything down. Oh, everything down. May giggles.
I'm sure that's not true.
I read somewhere once that a person's handwriting can say a lot about them.
Oh, really?
Well, your characters are all neat and small. Your strokes are slightly rounded, not angular or spiky.
What does that mean?
You're an introvert. You are gullible. No, she's probably an introvert. She likes to play it safe. She's inward. It means you tend to be more shy and avoid confrontation. You also have a tendency to be more creative. May seems pleased.
That actually sounds accurate.
I mean, it's obvious by how she acts, but yeah. The handwriting doesn't lie. Anyway, we should focus on the assignment.
Right.
She turns back to her text and I return to mine. As I'm reading, I can see Mary glancing at me out of the corner of my eye. I look up.
Well, do you think you could explain this passage to me?
It's a passage on core maintenance, which, judging by how well her gear held up last battle, I'm certain she already knows. I grin. Of course. I continue to help her until her assignment is complete. I'm in the campus gym finishing up my workout. When I return to my locker, there's a missed text from Carrie. Emergency meeting. Meet in the hangar. Jeez. All caps. I'd better get going. I arrive at the hangar about the same time as Sho and Mayu. Kaori waits impatiently in front of her gear.
Finally! That took you a while.
What are we talking about? I'm on time. I'm not late.
I've been waiting here at least 10 minutes.
Congratulations. She crosses her arms. Kaori addresses the rest of the team.
What about you guys?
Sorry. We were having lunch, and I guess we lost track of time.
Kaori blinks, then waves her hand dismissively.
Never mind. We have more important things to discuss. Like our sponsor
Jimmy.
situation.
Everyone becomes serious.
Our gears need a lot of maintenance to return to peak fighting condition. And the next round is tomorrow. I don't know why, but everyone I talked to was really rude and unhelpful.
No. It's almost as if they don't like you. Sho and I spare a knowing glance, and Kaori Sho and I share a knowing glance, and Kaori catches us.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, I just said it a minute ago. He knows it. We're thinking the same thing. It's like, no, they were all rude and mean to you. Wow, it's almost as if they don't like you. She continues to stare.
It's just sometimes you can come across a little harsh.
You're not a people person. You come across as a huge bitch. That's what he's trying to say. You come across as a bitch. And it's not because you're a woman, or because they're insecure, or because they can't handle a strong, independent woman. It's because your personality is very standoffish and blunt, and I don't know if abrasive is the right word, but you come across as displeasurable. Okay? Like, take Mayu, for instance, right? Yeah, she's shy and everything, but she's also really kind and affectionate. She's strong in her own way, but she's also very approachable and doesn't bite your head off. Just on the off chance you take something even the slightest bit wrong way. Of course, obviously, that's what I would say, and she'd hate me for saying it, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
I'm just honest.
You can be honest without being an ass.
Sure, but honesty doesn't make people like you. You need to get in touch with your soft, warm, feminine side.
Oh god, Sho, don't say soft, warm, feminine side. The type of woman that she is, she's like, oh, what? So I can't be strong and confident. I can't carry myself in a certain way. I've got to be all gooey ooh. Like she's gonna take offense to that because you're saying it because she's a woman. She's got to be. To be a woman. To be feminine means to be soft and warm. She can't be strong and badass. I guarantee you, she's gonna take offense to that. Obviously, Sho doesn't know. He's got good intentions, but as they say, good intentions pave the road to hell. She's gonna take that in a bad way, I guarantee it. Kaori raises an eyebrow.
Is that what you do?
See? She turned it around on him, fired it back at him.
Yes! I mean to the warm thing, not the soft and feminine thing.
I don't know, Sho. I've got certain vibes when hanging around with you. We stare at him blankly.
I'm just going to shut up now.
It's alright. Probably for the best, mate.
Before you do, did you manage to get a sponsor?
He folds his hands behind his head and leans into them.
Nope.
You forgot to ask around, didn't you?
Maybe?
He looks sheepish. Kaori rolls her eyes.
What about you, Mayu? Can your father sponsor us?
Mayu shakes her head.
Unfortunately, he's backing the team I was originally supposed to join. When I was invited onto the team, Father was so happy, he promised he'd sponsor them.
Wow.
Even though I never joined them, he can't go back on his promise.
Oh yeah, because he's promised and honor bound. Yeah. Kaori nods, then faces me.
You had that interview yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to the interview with Warp Tech. it didn't work out.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh, fuck. A typical Kaori. Thinks it's my fault. It had less to do with me, for your information, and more to do with our team status. I can show you the full report from the SBA if you want to know the official reason, but basically, we weren't a high enough rank for them. I fished my phone out of my pocket. It flashes low battery. Warnings at me because it dies completely.
Where's the report?
Hold on. I have to charge my phone. My gaze lands on my gear. I race to it and head into the cockpit. My teammates call after me, but I ignore them. Once I plug my phone into the dock connection, it lights up with the charging symbol. Everyone's wearing confused faces when I climb out of the cockpit. What?
Why didn't you just use an outlet?
Maybe points to an outlet on the wall. You mean this isn't what gears are for? I'm gonna be dumb. I'm gonna play dumb. Are you saying you've never charged your phone in your gear? All three of them shake their head. Why not?
Because it's stupid. Why would I climb all the way up there when there's a perfectly good outlet down here?
That's the beauty of it. Not only does your phone charge faster, you get a little bit of a workout too. Win-win. And, you know, you're not in the cockpit and it's soundproof. So that's a win-win as well, right? They stare at me unconvinced. Besides, an outlet doesn't do me any good if I don't have a phone charger with me.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense.
Anyway, I guess we're back to square one.
Back? We never left square one.
Don't give up hope just yet. I might have something.
Another meeting?
No, but my friend in the SBA is still helping us search.
Okay. In the meantime, the rest of us should continue our search too. I'll take another look at what ACE offers. Maybe there's some kind of campus grant or funding we can apply for. Mayu, do you think you could reach out to some of the other major corporations we haven't talked to yet?
I doubt that's going to work out. If Warp Tech said no to us, and word can get around, right? Word spreads. If they get in, you know, even though we only had a meeting with that guy, people saw us go into the building, right? You know, word spreads. You know, I'm sure he's told other people. Well, other people told him because he's high up, so he'd have secretaries and stuff and everything, right? I'm sure word will spread, and then once the other big corporations hear about Warp Tech saying no to us, and the fact that we're not in the top 10, they're not going to want another. They're not going to want another. One of the competing corporations isn't going to want Warp Tech's scrap pile. You know, obviously, the advantage for that, if they see potential in us, is yes, you know, they said no to us, but we've got potential, and if they say yes to us when Warp Tech said no, they can use that for advertising. You know, oh, you see this you see this team that's actually risen from the low ranks to the higher ranks. They were the underdog and have actually reached the top 10. You know, when everyone worked against them, we took a chance on them. We believed in them. When Warp Tech said no, can you believe that? Warp Tech, who pride themselves on being risky and going the distance and being there for their teams, said no because they weren't good enough. We took a chance on them. We believed in them when they really needed us to. We had their back. Because we pride ourselves on taking risks. We pride ourselves on backing the underdog. And we keep our word. We preach what we sow. You know? We can make WhatsApp look like a bitch. Right? Like that, you know, that would be a smart move. It's risky because, you know, we don't have a lot going for us. But, you know, you got to take chances. But like with Warp Tech, they didn't want to take a chance on us because they don't have to anymore. They don't have to take those kinds of risks. They've got no reason to compete in that way. So big corporations hear that they said no, and with the fact that we're not in the top 10, they'll probably say no for the same reason Warp Tech did. We can't go with a big corporation. We have to go for a smaller, independent one.
Maybe with your background, luck than we would.
Mayu nods.
Maybe Sho can ask around local businesses?
Okay.
Good idea.
Kaori looks at me. I'll follow up with my contact. She nods.
Hopefully, we'll find someone. But there's a chance we might have to fight with our gears as is.
I'm confident we'll get someone in time. Mayu smiles at me and nods. She show claps me on the back.
Okay, we have our plan. Text me if you guys get any leads.
We all nod.
I'm off then. I've got some stuff to take care of.
I hope you mean reaching out to the businesses, Sho, and not playing your video games.
Whoa. She called him right out.
Of course that's what I meant. The arcade industry is a lucrative place to find a sponsor.
Mayu sighs.
Sho.
He wears his signature smile.
Okay. Let's go find us a sponsor.
Mayu beams. The pair wave at us before heading out.
I'll be going too. Tell me if your friend is successful.
I nod and Kaori leaves. Nothing left for me to do but go home. An uneventful drive later, I arrive at home. I'm back. Walking into the eerily quiet living room. Looks like I'm the first one here. Feels a bit strange. Nikki's bright smile is usually here to greet me. Maybe she has an after school at club activity or something? I reach my pocket to see if she texted me. My heart sinks as my hands grab air. There's a void where my phone should be. Crap, I must have left it in my gear. The sun is setting and it'll be evening by the time I reach campus. Hopefully it won't be too much trouble getting to Eagle after hours. I remember CINY was pretty restrictive on who can enter the hangar at night. I hop back on my bike and drive back to Ace Academy. Surprisingly, the traffic is heavy and it takes longer than expected to reach campus. A handful of students cross the quad as they head towards their evening classes or the bus station. Even though the sky is an inky darkness, the pathways on campus are still bathed with a soft light. It's kind of peaceful. The pilot's lounge is just as busy as always, but I don't recognise too many of the students here. Most of them must be upperclassmen, either 3rd or 4th year. I slip through unnoticed and arrive at the hangar entrance. I'm about to swipe in when the guard stops me.
Hold on. What's your business in the hangar?
I forgot something. It's not a lie, but it would be too embarrassing to tell him the whole truth. Luckily, the guard doesn't seem to care. He gives me a quick once over and nods.
Alright, go ahead and swipe.
Thanks. Bring my student ID in proximity of the sensor. A second later, the success chime sounds as the door slides open. I follow the tunnel to the hangar. The sound of power tools, machinery and metallic ringing echoes along the walls. It makes sense that most of the repair work happens after hours. It's a lot safer for them to work without the threat of students walking around and causing potential disasters. Instinctively, my feet lead me to Eagle. What the... A bluish hue from an active terminal display illuminates my docking station. That doesn't seem right. I'm sure I turned everything off when I left. Cautiously, I tiptoe towards my gear. There's a figure crouched in front of Eagle. The person is dressed entirely in black and wearing a hoodie that hides his or her face. Is that Valerie? Still engrossed in my gear, the stranger hasn't detected my presence yet. Staying in the shadows, I continually creep towards Eagle. As I close the distance between us, I notice how small and petite the person is. It must be a girl. Or a hobbit. But I can't think of anyone who'd be so interested in my gear. Once I'm only a few steps away, she tenses as if noticing a presence. Before she can react, I grab her shoulder and roughly spin her to face me. Valerie? What are you doing here? She grins. Her gaze flicks to my hand still on my shoulder.
I never would have guessed you like it rough.
Oh, she's trying to flirt with us. Hey, I might be a man, but my brain is up here, not down here. It's not like that. I can be possessive too. Let's do that. Let's play our own game. That's how I get when someone's messing with my baby. That came out more as a warning than a joke.
Sounds like you're overly attached.
She flashed me a playful smirk, but I don't smile back. What were you doing messing around with Eagle?
Nothing, I promise.
You were obviously doing something with the terminal. That's not nothing. She holds up her hands in defense.
I wanted to get a better reading on your core. I'm not altering anything though, just studying.
That doesn't change the fact you did it without my permission. Why?
To figure out how your core was able to sustain such a high energy output for so long without completely burning out. Given the size of your core and the cooling system, the heat dissipation doesn't seem like it would have sustained longer than a few seconds, yet it lasted almost 10 minutes! Maybe there's a direct coolant injection to the primary source? I also didn't consider the acceleration of airflow given the hidden frame openings. Perhaps a quick calculation using...
My eyes start to glaze over as she continues her technical jargon. As I struggle to pay attention, I can't help but be a little impressed. She more than meets my eye. Sorry, she's more than meets the eye. Human Transformers in disguise. No, don't mean to make that reference there. I noticed that. Look, I noticed that the longer she speaks. Oh, for fuck's sake, I did it again. Oh no, still did it. I noticed that the longer she speaks, the more relaxed her body becomes, and her voice is laced with excitement. I wasn't doing it for so long then, and I'd done it once, like a minute ago or something, and then I'd do it again. She's really passionate about how gears work, and I believe that she's telling the truth when she said she never intended to sabotage Eagle.
Here, I'll prove I wasn't changing anything.
I watch as Valerie retraces a few screens of all the configuration data are modified. Okay.
Huh?
I get it. You were curious. But you can't just break into other people's robots and mess with their parts. She looks away.
I'm sorry.
We're silent. Then she looks sideways at me.
So, I guess you wouldn't want to know that your primary weapon can actually benefit from an airflow exhaust here and here.
What? She points inside my open gear.
You see right there?
Yes. I think.
It'll still require validation testing though. You should probably get your engineer to check it out.
My engineer?
Yeah, you know. The person who makes sure all your gears are working properly and helps you with any upgrades or improvements.
Don't the sponsors do that? Valerie shakes her head.
They help a lot when it comes to major repairs or new items, but an engineer on your team takes care of any general maintenance and the like.
Oh. Okay, I'll tell my engineer that. Thanks for the heads up. I'll be sure to let her know.
Her?
Yeah, my engineer. Like you said, she should look at it.
Oh, right. You do that.
I will. She'll fix it too. Because, you know, she's so great at what she does. Barry doesn't buy it and is trying hard to hold back a laugh.
I'm sure she is. But I'll bet she's nothing compared to me.
No, she's cuter. Valerie laughs.
Good joke.
There's another pause. To avoid the awkwardness, I shut down the open terminal. So, we should get going then.
Yeah.
Neither of us moves. Don't touch my gear again without my permission.
I promise I won't.
I wait for her to leave, but she doesn't budge. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
She stands in place and waves. You aren't leaving.
Neither are you.
Okay. On the count of 3, we'll leave together. She nods. 1, 2, 3, go! We both stay put. You didn't move.
Neither did you.
What the hell are you kids still doing here?
Well, obviously, mate, she's given me an happy ending. Security guards catch us off guard, and we simultaneously stammer nonsense. He shakes his head.
Your business here is done, and then you have to leave.
Valerie glances at me and I glance at her, still waiting for her to move. She doesn't. Suddenly, a strong hand grips my arm. Hey! The guard holds Valerie too. He physically leads us towards the exit.
You should get home. It's late.
We pass through the doors and the guard shuts them behind us. Valerie and I are once again standing in silence.
Well, I'll see you around.
Yeah, see you. We both head our separate ways. She walks towards the dorms when I head to the parking lot. So wait, while I head to the parking lot. Once I reach my bike, I drive home. Nikki still isn't home by the time I return. Where can she be? I reach into my pocket for my phone and grasp empty air. Oh crap, not again. I turn off my alarm and roll out of bed. Time to get ready for class. As I head downstairs, I feel uneasy. Today will be our first match. I really hope Yuna was able to work her magic and get us a sponsor. Nikki is rummaging in the living room, and I smile when I see her. Even when I'm stressed or worried, Nikki always seems to know how to put my mind at ease. Hey, Nikki, just the person I was hoping to see.
Look, if you're hungry, you have to find your own food. I don't have time to cook today.
She doesn't pause to look at me when she speaks, but continues gathering what she needs for the day. Not quite the welcome I was expecting. You okay?
Yes, just in a hurry.
Oh, do you need a ride to school? She freezes, then wells on me.
Oh, now you offer me a ride? A little too late for that.
She throws her books into her bag. Oh, is it that time of the month again? Hell no! Do I say that and be a complete arsehole? Oh, do I be a completely insensitive prick? Oh boy! Oh, it's such a tough decision. Oh boy. She's not gonna find it funny, especially when she's a woman and she's pissed, right? So, oh, keep doing that. I don't know. Oh god. I didn't say it was Carrie. I could have said something, I think, with her or one of the dialogue options, I feel, but I just said, was it Carrie? I feel like I said something. I felt like I could have said something earlier on, but I chose a safer option because, you know, I didn't want to get on her tits. I don't know what. To be fair though, I don't know. She said, like, "Oh, now you offer me a ride." It's like I don't know what I've done wrong. I haven't, to my knowledge, I haven't done anything or chose any options that would annoy her. So maybe it's because I'm spending less time with her. Maybe because I'm not hanging around with her as much, and she feels like I'm ignoring her. She's doing that thing where, no disrespect to any women watching, but some women can do that thing where they don't tell the guy what's wrong. They expect you to be psychic and figure it out for yourself. And you're clueless because you don't know what you did, which just angers them more because you're not even aware of why they're angry at you. But they won't tell you why they're angry with you. So it's like, you can't fix a problem you weren't aware of when you weren't aware there was a problem to begin with. But, you know, logic isn't quite there. Again, I'm not saying all women do that. I'm just saying there are women that do that. It's a stereotype, I will admit, but it is one that has some truth to it. However, I kind of don't want to pick. I'm like, do I really want to pick that option and annoy her? But then at the same time, it's like, hey, she's angry at me for what I feel is no good reason. If it ends up being a justifiable reason, I'll apologize for this, and I'll apologize for what I did, obviously, pardon me, and you know, take responsibility like we did with Carrie when we almost ran her over. But I'm not she's mad at us for seemingly no reason. She snapped at us for no reason, so I'm gonna jokingly say that. When Aunt Flo comes here, that's my cue to disappear. Oh, come on, man, that's nasty. The best way to handle the situation is just to smile and nod. Okay, well, let me know if you change your mind. We can stop by the store and get you some chocolate. She furrows her brows in confusion, then her eyes open wide in understanding.
Oh my god, that's not it.
Sure, I know. I wink at her.
I need to get to school. I'll see you later.
She's out of the door before I can say goodbye. That was weird. Shrugging, I head into the kitchen to whip up a quick breakfast. Hopefully she's in a better mood the next time I see her. After eating, I hop on my bike and drive to school. Yuna is already in class when I arrive. She waves as I walk in and I sit beside her. Hey Yuna.
Hey.
She wears a wide grin and fidgets with excitement. You seem like you're in a good mood.
I am.
She pauses.
Aren't you?
I guess so.
I thought you'd be a little more excited than that.
Really? How come? She seems confused.
Well, I guess I just assumed that this had been hard for you, and I thought I'd help to bring you some relief.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
You know, I found you a sponsor.
Oh. That's amazing. How did you manage that?
I called in a favor, but that doesn't matter. I've already set up your account with them, and repairs are underway. They started as soon as the paperwork was signed, so your gears will be as good as new in time for the match today.
Wait, what? When did signing the paperwork? I don't know how to thank you. She blushes.
You don't have to. I promised I'd find you one, and I always keep my promises.
I don't know what I'd do without you. You're a lifesaver. Yuna's blush deepens and she seems pleased by my words. You should come meet the team before the match. We can share the good news together.
Sure, as long as I won't intrude on anything.
You won't. Just stay out of Kaori's way. She nods. So, I know we won't get our scores back this class, but how do you think we did on the project? Yuna looks thoughtful.
I think we had a really strong topic and we'll do well.
You mean? Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to meet this weekend and work on a project together. She smiles and waves along with my... Sorry. She smiles and waves away my apology.
That's okay. You still did your part, which was helpful.
Okay. So something popped up. Malware Bytes popped up a summary report and I was like, oh, let's see. What, like, and it's like, you apparently since I've had it, I've only had it like maybe a month, Malware Bytes, maybe like a month, and I've done 67 scans. just an incy wincy bit paranoid. That, and I just like to scan often. And scan like everything, every little thing I get. I like to be cautious. I like to be cautious. Cool, yeah? She's been really nice about this, but I know I didn't work as hard on a project as she did. I should probably make it up to her another time. As our conversation winds to a close, the professor comes in and starts the class. The professor wraps up the lesson, and students begin to file out of the classroom. I gather up my belongings and head out of class. I want to text my team. When I reach into my pocket, I find empty air. Sorry, I want to text my team, but when I reach into my pocket, I find empty air. Damn, my phone's still in my gear, which is still undergoing repairs. Yuna walks beside me. How much longer do you think it will be until the repairs are done?
Probably most of the afternoon. That's how long it usually takes, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Is something wrong?
I don't want to tell him my phone is in there. That might bring up some awkward questions about what it's doing in there. I recall the team's reaction from yesterday and am confident in my decision to avoid the topic. I'm just eager to check up on my gear. She nods understandably, a small smile on her lips.
When should I come meet the team?
How about once the repairs are done? We can meet in front of the hangar and I'll let you in.
Great, I'll see you then.
Yuna slips her bag over her shoulder and heads off. I really should text my team about the repairs now, sooner rather than later. It should be fine to go collect my phone. I make my way to the hangar. The Eagle isn't in its usual dock. They must have moved it so they can I make my way to the hangar. The Eagle isn't in its usual dock. They must have moved it so they could complete the repairs without any chance of accidentally harming the surrounding gears. I circle around the hangar until I come upon an enclosed area in a far corner, well away from the parked gears. As I approach, I can hear the whir of machinery muffled through the heavy doors, which I open ajar. I peek inside and see Eagle and Emerald surrounded by a group of mechanics. I push on the doors, but before I can enter, one of the mechanics jogs over to me.
Sorry, only personnel may enter here.
My gear is in here.
Then it's undergoing repairs right now.
I know, but I need to get something from my gear.
You can get it when repairs are complete.
Actually, I need it now.
Why? What is it?
Just make up something really important. Can't we just tell him it's the phone? Jesus, it's not that big a deal. It's my medication. His eyes go wide.
Medication?
Yeah, I left it in the cockpit. He nods.
Okay, I'll make an exception for you. But please, try to remember to have everything removed from your gear for next time.
I don't know if I could just say phone, but it seems like there's no option to lie, is there? Is there not? No, just let me get it. Well, he's clearly very standoffish and his tone is very assertive. He's not going to just let me get it. Make up. I mean, if I say to him, maybe I want to see what I want to stand by my choices, but I want to know what this one is. But the context of what this says is. Will I tell him? Because I want to be truthful. I mumble out my response. It's my. Oh, so okay. This is so okay. Okay, so this is a truthful option. It's just. If this said, this is embarrassing. I should just tell him. You know, well, this is gonna be awkward. I don't know. I just feel like this is so embarrassing. Like, doesn't let me know that picking this choice is gonna let me be truthful. That's the option I want to go with. If I had known that, I would have picked this option. So I'm blaming this on the game. I'm blaming this on how the options are phrased. No disrespect to PixelFade, you make good games, but I feel like. Contextually, that doesn't tell me that I'm going to be truthful. I mumble out my response. It's my phone. I left it in the cockpit.
What?
My phone.
What is your phone doing in your gear?
I was charging it. The mechanic crosses his arms.
Your gear is not a charging station.
I know. He sighs.
Alright. Which gear is yours?
I point to Eagle.
Wait here.
He closes the door. After a few minutes, he returns with my phone in his hand. Thanks.
Is there anything else?
No, thanks again. He nods, then shuts the door. As I walk towards the exit, I unlock my phone and am greeted by 13 messages? They're all from Nikki. Now that I think about it, I don't remember if I saw her last night. Opening them up, I read them in succession. Hello, my favourite bro. Would you feel about picking me up from my Megumis tonight? Did you get my last text? Cooking class is almost over and I really like going to hanging out with Megumi. She can give me a ride over, but can you give me a ride home? Is that a no? If you don't want to get me, then you should just say so. Fine, I'll take the bus. Are you mad at me? What did I do? Wherever it is, I'm sorry. Please don't be mad anymore. Dude, why are you ignoring me? Just tell me. Wow, okay. I literally make all your meals and you can't even do this one little favor for me. Stop being a jerk. I'm on the bus now, thanks to someone. Guess who's... Sorry. Oh. Nah, it's Yuna. Guess whose team member now has a sponsor and their gears are already going under repairs. Oh, that last step was from Yuna this morning before class. Oh, I was supposed to read that. Whatever. Well, this explains a lot. No wonder Nikki was so moody this morning. I'm sure once I tell her it was all a misunderstanding, she'll be fine. I shoot my team a text. Gears are undergoing repairs. Meet in the hangar in 2 hours. Now that that's taken care of, I still have a lot of time to kill. I wonder what I should do. Well, that'll be that. Pretty good. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. It's not too bad at all. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Right, well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Again, I know these streams aren't super long. You know, it's like an hour, between an hour and 2 hours. You know, I know, like, for a live stream, it isn't exactly a great amount of time, but, you know, it's a chance for people to watch me play the visual novel as I do it live and interact with you, you know. Obviously, you know, hopefully, you know, as the stream grows and everything, I might do longer visual novel streams, you know, but obviously, you know, I just don't feel like going for a super long time, you know. I mean, yesterday, when, you know, that 4 to 5 hour stream felt long. That felt like a long stream for me. Other people can go for 8 hours or whatever, but for me, 4 to 5 hour stream is a long stream for me. You know, but I know people go for like 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, multiple days. Me, I you know, a couple hours is you know, and I'm pooped. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. You know, I appreciate you being here, whether, you know, you're actively talking or just lurking away. You know, whether you're the bloody car. We get it. You've got a big, you got a lot of junk in the trunk. We understand. Big man with big engine room. Anyway, if you're whether I'm a source of your entertainment to any extent, whether that be, you know, actually talking in the chat or lurking, you know, first minute or second minute, if I'm a source of your entertainment to any extent, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. So that was two, you know, part 2 visual novel streams this week. You know, which hopefully makes up for me not streaming most of the week. But as I say, this is a hobby and for fun. So, you know, I don't get anything out of this financially. You know, I'm, you know, and I'm a small streamer, so, you know, you know, and again, it's nothing against any of you guys. It's, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't wrong. I will keep pushing. You know, it gives me something to do. It helps keep me productive. You know, I'll keep streaming, but, you know, I don't want to go too hard and, you know, lose what love or joy or motivation I have to do it. You know. But it's 2 visual novel streams this week with a, you know, 4 to 5 hour Exoprimal stream. Again, I might do another stream later on where I play Exoprimal, more Exoprimal. I might do another one later on. We'll see how I feel. And tomorrow I'll do a fight. I'll look to do a fighting stream, just pure fighting stream to get back to that. Anyway, have a good rest of your Saturday, morning, night, you know, wherever you are in the world. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your Saturday, you know, weekend. If you like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this part 7 of Plan Ace Academy. I'll see you guys later. And if you're just here for the visual novel, then I guess I'll see you next weekend. See you guys later. Bye.